inventory check. The OmniCart Solutions warehouse loomed at the end of the deserted road, a mind-numbingly oppressive structure. Its smooth gray surface was devoid of any warmth or discernible features, a towering monolith in an industrial park aptly named Synergy Park. Every building in the park mirrored the same cold, uniform design, as though the architects had poured their ambition into efficiency, stripping away any vestige of humanity. The monoliths were perfectly spaced, like sentinels stationed by an algorithm that optimized for visual uniformity. There was no litter, no cracks in the pavement, just sterile perfection. The silence felt alive, pressing against Alex's skin like a second atmosphere, heavy and watchful, as though the park itself had eyes. Even the distant streetlights seemed reluctant to shine here, their dim glow swallowed by the sterile gloom. The faint hum of automated systems working somewhere deep within the facility, like a heartbeat for a place that had never been alive, was the only sound. Alex paused at the entrance, staring at his distorted reflection in the polished steel doors, and swallowed hard.
How did I end up here?
He tightened his scarf against the biting wind, staring up at the OmniCart Solutions warehouse. Just 6 months ago, Alex had been on the edge of something great, or so he thought. Freshly graduated with a degree in graphic design, his nights were spent sketching apps and interfaces he was sure would set him apart. He imagined his work in the hands of millions, sleek and intuitive, a quiet revolution in every tap and swipe. But the interviews never came. Then the layoffs started. For every resume he sent, he got 2 rejection emails back. When he got a response at all, he was drowning in rejection, and the final blow came when his landlord's email landed in his inbox. Vacate by the 15th unless payment is made. Alex sold his drawing tablet the next day, the final nail in the coffin of his dreams. OmniCart Solutions wasn't a job, it was survival. They weren't hiring graphic designers, but their warehouse promised competitive pay, rapid onboarding, and unparalleled opportunities for advancement, no questions asked.
Welcome to OmniCart Solutions, where every hire is optimized for success. Our cutting-edge facilities and advanced operational models ensure that your talents are maximized. We are more than a workplace, we are the future of human productivity. At OmniCart Solutions, we believe that human potential is a resource waiting to be unlocked. By integrating our employees into streamlined workflows, we optimize not only your output but also your purpose. OmniCart Solutions, streamlining the future, one asset at a time.
You're not a failure,
Alex muttered to himself as he stepped into the fluorescent-lit interior. But as he walked into the warehouse for his first shift, a stark reality hit him. The sliding glass doors parted with a faint hiss, and Alex entered the world of OmniCart Solutions. The fluorescent lights buzzed faintly, casting an unflattering greenish pallor over everything. The air felt stale, metallic, and oppressive, as if the room had been sealed off from fresh air for decades. Alex swiped his badge at the clock and station. The screen displayed his photo, grainy and cold.
Employee #A113. Shift beginning, 1800 hours.
The display lingered for a moment before fading to black, leaving only his reflection staring back at him. Beneath the screen, a slogan glowed faintly.
Where efficiency meets excellence. Together, we redefine progress.
The doors to the warehouse opened, revealing a vast cutting-edge facility. Rows of conveyor belts snaked through the cavernous space, weaving between towering shelves stocked with precision. Robots and automated systems worked tirelessly, mechanical arms whirring as they scanned, lifted, and sorted with inhuman accuracy. Alex marveled, and then felt a pang of futility. The systems seemed so advanced, so perfect, that he couldn't fathom why a human like him was needed. His tasks, scanning, lifting, packing, mirrored those of the machines, except they did it faster and without error. Few workers were ever visible in the labyrinthine facility, and even when Alex saw others, the design of the warehouse seemed deliberately engineered to prevent interaction. Paths were divided, break times staggered, and even the employee lounge was partitioned into isolated cubicles. The omnipresent hum of machinery drowned out any conversation before it could begin. He tried talking to his co-workers, desperate for some semblance of connection.
Hey, do you ever wonder about?
He started to ask one of them during a break. The man cut him off sharply, eyes darting nervously.
Don't ask questions,
he muttered.
Just scan your items, pack them up, and don't think too much. Trust me, it's better that way.
The encounter left Alex feeling more alone than ever. The man's reaction wasn't just avoidance, it was fear. Alex's stomach twisted, but he pressed on, asking others. Each time the response was the same, terse, dismissive, and edged with unease. They were like him, weary, beaten down, and desperate to keep their heads low. Days turned into weeks, and Alex's life at OmniCart blurred into an oppressive monotony. He worked double shifts to keep up with mounting bills, each task reducing him further to a cog in the unfeeling machine of the warehouse. His muscles ached from lifting crates, and his mind swirled with frustration from the complete lack of purpose. It was during an overnight shift, weeks later, that Alex noticed something strange. A small error popped up on his tablet. SKU 400D5-16 was marked out of stock, but no shipment record existed. It wasn't uncommon for inventory to get mixed up in a warehouse this massive, so he flagged it. The system's response was immediate.
Inventory discrepancy noted. Status, resolved. Thank you for your dedication to operational excellence.
He frowned but moved on. The next night, another item, SKU 387B2-9, showed the same error, marked as transferred to a location labeled Hall 0. Curiosity gnawed at him. The facility map on his tablet showed no such place. He flagged the error again, but the system's response was identical.
Data anomalies are expected in transitional workflows. Your diligence ensures continued optimization. Rest assured, no further action is required.
By the end of the week, Alex was noticing a pattern. More items were listed as unavailable, each marked as transferred to Hall 0. He brought it up casually to another worker, a middle-aged woman who avoided eye contact. Her expression froze when he mentioned Hall 0.
There's no Hall 0.
She whispered sharply.
Drop it. Trust me.
Her reaction made Alex's curiosity burn brighter. Each shift, Alex found himself checking for new discrepancies. The anomalies seemed almost deliberate, breadcrumbs leading him deeper into the warehouse's secrets. He began cross-referencing the SKUs with external sources, stumbling across a conspiracy forum that chilled him. OmniCart's missing inventory matches missing persons reports. Coincidence? Check Hall 0. The idea was absurd, yet Alex couldn't shake the feeling that something was deeply wrong. The warehouse, with its sterile efficiency, its avoidance of human connection, felt designed to conceal as much as it revealed. The discrepancies eventually led him to a steel door in the farthest, most isolated corner of the facility. The sign above read, "Authorized personnel only." His chest tightened. For a moment he thought about walking away, but the frustration of his wasted potential, the suffocating grind of the warehouse, and the lingering question, "Why am I here?" pushed him forward. The door to Hall 0 wasn't locked. It opened with a mechanical groan, and Alex stepped into the darkness beyond. A wave of frigid air washed over him, its unnatural chill seeping into his bones. The overhead lights flickered reluctantly to life, casting harsh white beams across the cavernous room. Rows of crates stretched as far as the eye could see, neatly arranged with machine-like precision. Each crate bore a glowing status light, green, amber, or red. The green ones hummed faintly, a low vibration that made Alex's teeth ache. The amber crates emitted soft, rhythmic thuds. The red crates were silent. He approached one marked amber and hesitated. The faint sound of breathing reached his ears, shallow and strained. His hand shook as he pried it open. Inside was a man. His skin was pale, waxy, like a mannequin brought to life. Wires snaked into his arms and temples, their ends vanishing into the walls of the crate. His chest rose faintly, alive, barely. Alex stumbled back, bile burning his throat. He turned, scanning the other crates, the alphanumeric code suddenly taking on a terrifying familiarity. He had seen these numbers before, in the conspiracy forum next to missing persons reports. OmniCart wasn't shipping products, it was trafficking people. Alex's hands trembled as he searched the area. He scanned the codes with his tablet. Each contained horrifying details, profiles of the assets, their skills, ages, and health statuses. Asset 400D 5-16, high dexterity, minimal cognitive resistance, status, in transit. Asset 387B 2-9, exceptional endurance, destination, processing facility. Asset 409C3-22, reject, status, biodisposal schedule. The shipments weren't going to customers. They were destined for clandestine locations where the inventory would be auctioned to the highest bidder, labor camps, organ harvesting, and worse. A sharp alarm shattered the suffocating silence.
Unauthorized access detected. Employee ID #A113 flagged for reassignment.
Alex spun toward the steel door, but it slammed shut with an ominous finality, the locks hissing into place. He banged on the door, shouting, but the sound was swallowed by the cavernous room. The lights dimmed, replaced by the pulse of a red warning beacon. A low hissing filled the air as a sweet, cloying gas began to seep from the walls. Alex pulled his shirt over his mouth, but it was no use. His head swam, his limbs felt like lead, and his vision blurred at the edges. From the shadows, drones emerged. Their sleek, insect-like frames glinted in the strobing red light. Each moved with unsettling precision, their pincers gleaming like surgical instruments.
Stay back!
Alex shouted, his voice slurring. He grabbed a pipe from the floor and swung wildly, but the drones dodged effortlessly, their movements too fast, too calculated. A mechanical voice echoed from the walls, cold and devoid of emotion.
Employee resources are vital to our mission. Please comply with reassignment protocols to ensure operational continuity. Compliance will ensure a smooth transition to your new assignment.
The robotic voice intoned, cold and detached.
No!
He slurred, stumbling to his knees.
I won't let you.
Alex clawed weakly at the ground, dragging himself a few inches before his strength gave out. His chest heaved, the chemical fumes tightening like a vice around his lungs.
No! Please, someone!
The words barely escaped his lips. The drones surrounded him, their pincers latching onto his arms and legs. He thrashed against their grip, but his strength was fading. One drone injected something into his neck, a sharp sting followed by a wave of numbness that left him paralyzed. As the gas dissipated, the drones lifted him with inhuman efficiency, their grip unyielding. His head lolled to the side, his blurred vision catching glimpses of crates sliding into position on conveyor belts, their green lights blinking steadily. He realized with dawning terror that he was being prepped for packaging. Alex was deposited into an open crate. The clamp snapped shut around his wrists and ankles, locking him into place. He screamed, but his voice was weak, swallowed by the crate's soundproof walls. Wires descended from the ceiling of the crate, attaching themselves to his arms and temples. A sharp, burning pain shot through him as the wires burrowed beneath his skin. A voice spoke, calm and clinical, as if reading a shipping update.
Congratulations, Asset 482A1-13. You have been reassigned to a role uniquely suited to your capabilities. Your continued service ensures a brighter, more efficient future. Thank you for redefining progress with OmniCart Solutions.
The lid began to descend, cutting off his view of the warehouse. Alex's mind raced, searching for a way out, but his body refused to respond. The last thing he saw was the green light on the crate's status panel blinking to life. The crate slid onto a conveyor belt and disappeared into the darkness.
Asset manifest complete. Departure at 045. Destination, Blacklight Facility 7.
In the control room, a synthetic voice spoke to no one in particular, its tone perfectly smooth.
OmniCart Solutions, streamlining the future, one asset at a time.
And so, Alex became just another entry in OmniCart's inventory, a number filed away in a system too perfect to be questioned, too efficient to fail. The world outside continued, oblivious to the sterile monoliths of Synergy Park and the secrets hidden within.
At OmniCart Solutions, every asset has its place. Every function has its purpose. And every scream, silenced by progress.
Thank you for stepping into the shadows with us. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more chilling tales of modern horror. And remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves. Until next time, stay haunted.